everybody! It is Brooke, and it's Thursday, and that means it's She-Ra and the Princesses of Power Day. If you're new here, you're starting at the finale. Maybe you're someone who just likes watching the finale, but we're doing part 1 of the finale today. And if you're watching on YouTube, part 2 will come out next Thursday. But if you'd like to watch it early or you'd like to watch it uncut, it is already up on Patreon. If you are watching on Patreon the day it comes out, I want to say thank you. Or anytime on Patreon, really. But thank you, and the finale will be out next week. Or if you're watching this at a later date, it's already there. As we are coming to an end, I had put up a poll. I'll pop it up on screen when I announce. But we are starting a new animated show. I will start recording it next week since I'm finishing She-Ra up this week. And that new show is going to be, drumroll sounds, it's Steven Universe. We're watching Steven Universe. I've heard a lot about it. I don't know much. I know there's like people named after gems. So that's as much as I know. If you're someone who enjoys that show, similar to She-Ra, it'll be taking over She-Ra's spot on the channel, so there will be an episode every Thursday, as well as we will be 2 weeks ahead over on Patreon. So if you're watching this the day it comes out on YouTube, the first episode of Steven Universe is up on Patreon, so if you want to go check it out, it's over there. I'm not ready for this show to be over. Especially after Catra left again. They were all finally getting together, and then you could tell that she just didn't want to see Adora. Like, she's convinced, I think, that the worst is always going to happen, and that Adora's not going to survive. I refuse to believe that. Adora's survived everything they've thrown at her. I can't imagine her dying at the end of this show. I refuse to. I will ignore it if that's what happens. I'll be like, no, I love when they lived happily ever after. But this show doesn't give me that vibe, you know? It doesn't feel like it's the show that's gonna make you cry because of how sweet and heartwarming and, like, the struggle, but everything turns out okay. At least that's how it feels. But Adora basically had to, last time, had to absorb the, shutdown mechanic powers, and she's going to have to, like, release it to stop the weapon. And she could die, she could not die. I was on the team of let Shadow Weaver absorb it, and then she dies. And maybe that's rude or mean. I don't care. I would rather she did it than Adora. But of course she is far too self-interested and was not going to do that. So Adora stepped up as she does, and she took it over. We did get one princess back. The rest are still working for Hordak, though Scorpia showed signs of remembering her friends. So I think we could break in. But Entrapta found out that the longer the chip is on, the harder it's going to be to take it off. So they don't really have time to do like one person at a time. So she's trying to invent something that will allow her to like disrupt all the chips at once, which is really what we need, because like if we're fighting, we don't have time in the middle of the fight for her to intricately like take off the chip and remove all the like veiny wires. So I think that is gonna be a have to be created for her to be able to do it. I don't know, maybe she'll get help, because it does seem like Hordak was starting to remember her a bit. So maybe he'll help out. It would be a start to making up for genociding their planet. Personally. It is kind of his fault this has all happened. But, yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. I can't imagine Catra will stay gone. Like, that would be kind of anticlimactic. They saw Glimmer's dad last time, and he didn't even know her because he's kidnapped, or he's brain controlled / kingnapped. But I'm excited to watch this finale. I feel like I'm putting it off because I don't want it to be over, but let's go, we're diving in, you guys. Of course, Adora's sad. Catra's not there. Oh.
Every day they're chipped. If we don't free them now,
True.
we might lose them forever.
If I can get access to his Spire network, I can use it to broadcast a jamming frequency that will disable all of the chips on Etheria.
I'm gonna take the failsafe for the
Chips off, and next episode might be about, like, fully defeating him. Just so we get an opening where they're all behind her.
We're friends of Mara. Now show us where the heart of Etheria is.
She's like, oh, okay, bitch. Go back! Kitty says we shouldn't go.
Ow! What's wrong with you?
He don't want to go. He says, then we're not going forward.
What happened? Dora chose Shadow Weaver, okay? Not me!
She did not.
Dora doesn't want me!
My man. Yeah, I'm so.
Hey, bot faces! Come and get us! Nice work, Wrong Horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Wrong Hordak has her back. She does well with magic, too. I don't get where Shadow Weaver comes off calling her bad at it.
Are you scared?
Yeah. I don't think that's her, hun. That was fucking close.
We're going the wrong way. The trail is back here.
This looks bad.
No longer shall She-Ra stand in my way.
Adora, can we hurry up? I don't want him to use it.
Its power.
Oh, thank you. Oh shit, it worked. I was like, oh, maybe it didn't work. It feels like it did.
And I can't be any of those things if this is going to work.
Yes, you can. It's okay.
Never could have done it.
Come on, Entrapta.
Welcome, little rebel.
Not good. Because they sent the princesses. We gotta get inside and turn that shit on.
So terrible and eternal night.
Doesn't work that way, Catra.
You've done it before. When you abandoned me in the freight zone, and you've always been able to track us our whole lives.
I love Catra. Ugh, she's gonna make.
Just leave it, Dora. I can't lose her again, okay?
No.
I promised her. a
It's
long
fine.
time
I'm ready to cry today.
Take care of her. Or it's
No.
gone. That's the plan, Sparkles.
Kitty!
Get them there safe, okay?
Go help the princesses. I'll handle the signal.
Friends will be safe. They'll be happy.
And you? What do you want when this is all over?
I'm She-Ra. This is what I'm. What?
I hate him. Can he stop ruining my moments? Get splashed! Stop!
Enchanting!
And maybe we don't.
You know, this is actually kind of nice.
Bo, come here, hurry up!
Couldn't wait to sweep me off my feet.
Anyone see where Scorpio went?
No, and that scares me.
Capable of taking out even one as strong as She-Ra.
Okay, Band-Aid time.
You will never make it to the heart.
I was not ready. I was very invested. I thought we have way more time left. Oh my god, there's one episode left. Guys, I've already cried, like, through most of this episode. I'm not ready for next episode. Okay? Okay. Glimmer versus her dad is heartbreaking. Like, she thought he was dead. And now she has to fight him. The show is so good. But, like, he has way more experience with magic. But Glimmer's also got her teleporting and is pretty good. Fucking hate Horde Prime, bro. Hordak, where are you? Can you be useful, please? Like, show up and be helpful. At least save Entrapta. Bo and the kitty versus Scorpia does not seem super even, in my opinion. But Bo has come back and faced Scorpia before and faced harder stuff. Of course, I think when he faced her before, she didn't have electricity powers, so that is a little bit different. But they gotta come through. Like, could you imagine if this show ended and they lost? Like, everyone lost? I would just be like, what? And I can't imagine it would be as loved as it is if they all just die at the end. So, I am hoping for a happy ending. I don't know if we'll all make it there. That's always something to be, aware of. If somebody has to die, I don't feel bad volunteering Shadow Weaver. I think if she sacrificed herself to save Adora and Catra, that would actually be a very good story at the end of the day of her showing any signs of growth at all. I think MVP of this episode, though, is our girl Catra for the amount of bravery and strength she showed to trust Shadow Weaver at all, right? Like, she was like, I know you can do this. I know you can get me to Adora. And then, like, to have to put the trust that if she puts her hand in Shadow Weaver is actually going to do that and not betray her is crazy. But her loyalty and love for Adora is, like, so much, that she was like, I have to risk it. And that is something we're seeing with Catra. Someone who was her character was solely focused on survival, is now taking Shadow Weaver's hand is not the survival decision, because she could have been lying to you, So I'm really proud of her and where she's come. Also, Bo and Glimmer, I called it. I don't know if I ever said it in a video, but I was like, oh my god, they're in love. And I love them, and I hope they live happily ever after when they both survive this and nobody gets hurt. Also, how the hell Entrapped are getting back to Earth now? Unless Hordak, sabotages Horde Prime and, takes over, and they, just get to go explore on the spaceship or something would be cool ending for them. Even fucking Seahawk had my ass tearing up this episode. Oh my god, am I gonna cry through the whole finale? Yeah. No, I mentioned it while I was recording, but I was like, oh, maybe I should do, go full fun makeup today and do something really colorful to represent She-Ra. And then I was like, I'm gonna cry. It's just gonna be eyeliner and mascara, the whole time. So, maybe not. But I am so obsessed with this show, as you guys know. If you're on Patreon or YouTube, if you're on Patreon and you're watching this today, it comes out, the finale will be out Thursday next week, and following that, there will be the regular, character ranking. You can watch that, and we'll since it's the last one, we'll recap season 5, as well as, overall our feelings on the characters and their development through the whole show, since it's the final season. And then I will be starting Steven Universe on Patreon, obviously the week after. If you're watching this when it comes out on YouTube, the ranking video will be up on Patreon already, as well as the finale and the first episode of Steven Universe. It'll come out the day after the finale on YouTube if you're watching there. We have over on Patreon a $2 tier. If you just want to get my edited reactions early, it's only $2, so you could spend $2, watch the finale, watch the character ranking. The character ranking will be on the free tier of Patreon, by the way. You can go over and they have a free tier now, and I do early access to the character rankings for that. As well as, if in the future, if I ever do, movie reviews or anything, because I thought I like going to the movies, but, obviously I can't react at the theater. So for some of those, I might try to do, some reviews for you guys, write up my thoughts. Those will all be early access over on Patreon. And we'll be starting Steven Universe over there, which is gonna be crazy. I can't believe this show is, like, gonna be over. But I've really enjoyed it. I'm ready to dive into the finale. So for now, I will say goodbye, and I will see you next time.